Oh, here we go. Pneumonia symptom mutated. Now, the only thing about mutations is that it makes it difficult to control the severity and lethality. And what you want is symptoms that increase the infectivity at the moment. You can get unlucky and immediately get one that increases the lethality and puts you on the World Health Organization's radar, which is kind of not a good thing. So going the mutation route is kind of a little bit risky, but it can pay huge dividends. Now let's see, pneumonia, that's immune suppression. This is sneezing, it's this one. Pneumonia, serious fluid build up and discharge from the lungs. People in cold climates are especially vulnerable. This is really, really good news for us, and we're going to build on that, because if we go to transmission, abilities, I am going to take this cold resistance 1. The pathogen evolves to withstand cold temperatures and climates. This is going to help us spread into cold countries, and we really, really want that. So I'm going to take that. We've got 13 points left to spend. I think it's time to go airborne. Yep, we're going to go airborne. Costs 11 points. Evolve. The next thing we're going to do is go waterborne as well. Now this means that planes travelling from India, we've already spread to Southeast Asia. Now when a new country is infected, guess what? Yeah, you get one of those little pop-ups that you have to, here we go, and you have to click on those. Now yes, you do get points for it, but it just becomes a game of whack-a-mole, because you're going to get one of those pop-ups for every country in the game. We are now more infectious than tuberculosis. Kill Death 127 has infected more people in the world than TB. It is a very infectious disease. Kill. Pop red infect bubbles to get DNA points. Whack-a-mole. Yeah. So, see, now we have to keep clicking on these, and you'll still get the orange ones. And fairly soon, we're also going to get blue ones. We're infecting more countries. Control where it goes by evolving the transmission traits in the disease menu. Well, we've already done that by increasing the disease's prevalence in cold countries. So what we want to do is spread it out of these hot and humid countries. We're now more infectious than HIV. Are you sure? Yes, I'm HIV positive. I've been waiting to do that joke. Oh, I'm coughing. Oh my God, I've got the disease. Right, so yeah, we're infecting all of these hot countries and humid countries. We want it to start spreading into these cold countries. Oh, we've infected Australia. Struth. There you go. Right, medicine in Australia is slowing infection. Australia is a wealthy country with high quality healthcare. To spread faster, you may need to evolve the drug. Drug resistance ability, and it's about time we did that. We've got enough points, so let's go to the disease menu, and we'll go to abilities. Now, this down here is probably the most important chain in your whole tech tree. And it starts off with this, which is being resistant to class 1 and 2 antibiotics. But this will eventually make it more and more difficult for the evil, nasty humans to develop a cure to stop us from completely eradicating humanity. So we're going to take this. Severity is still low, lethality is still 0. That's really good. Our infections levels are good. We're doing pretty good at the moment, guys. New minor disease spread. See, now we are now on the radar. In a normal checkup, a doctor in India found a new disease, which has been named Kill Death 127, innocuously. Yes, I think you may have Kill Death 127. It appears to be mostly harmless, but must be investigated further. Now, they're not going to start working on the cure yet, right? But it's only a matter of time now. That's kind of the first step. If we go to the world thing, you can see nobody is researching it yet, right? But it's only a matter of time. We have now infected 17% of the population of the world. 1.2 million people. No, what am I talking about? 1.2 billion. Oh my, you see what I mean? How this is just like exponential. Tip, the world menu contains useful data. I wish these were a bit more context sensitive, like after you've looked at it, you shouldn't really get this tip, but here's what it is. Right, so we've got a couple more countries infected, and another one, and another one. You can see what I mean about the whack-a-mole thing. It does kind of get, and if you speed it up, it just gets ridiculous. Okay. India has started working on a cure. Let's go and have a look at this. So, India has started working on it, but the rest of the world hasn't yet, right? But as we start to spread and get the infection rates up in the rest of the world, it will start to increase. Now, what we need to do, right, is probably not so much focus on transmission now. Transmission is probably good enough to infect the whole world. What we need to focus on is slowing down the research. Now, there are two ways to do this. One is to mutate the disease or evolve the disease so that it's harder for them to actually find a cure by creating different strains and all kinds of different things. But the other way is to actually kill off the people who are available to do research, right? Countries will eventually reach a stage where they're in chaos, and once they're in chaos, they can't effectively do any research anymore. So let's keep going. We've got 40 points to spend. I think we should probably spend some of them. Now, where are we going to spend? Now, we still don't have good transmission in the cold countries, and you can actually see what countries are what types up here. So, for example, it does have a pop-up which tells you what these symbols mean, which I like. So these blue ones are the cold countries. And you can see we're not spreading into them. These are the hot countries. We're doing well in the hot countries. We're starting to spread into these. This is humid. No, this is arid. These are the dry countries. And yeah, we're starting to get there because we do well in hot in hot conditions. We do well in humid conditions, and we're spreading into Southeast Asia. But we need to get over here into Brazil and Bolivia and kind of northern South America. And what else have you got? You've got wealthy countries and poor countries, and hang on, those are rural countries, and then these are what's that one? Urban countries. There you go. Right, but did it come up with Canada being a poor country? Oh no, rich country. I was going to say that's rich countries. These are the poor countries, like Central Africa and some South America. Right. Yeah. So let's get back. Let's do some more stuff. We've got 42 points to spend. Let's go and spend some points. What on earth are we going to do? Let's go to transmission because I still want to get some more mutation going on. So you know what? We can spend some points on getting rodents. Now this is going to increase our infection rate, but specifically it's going to increase mutation. That's what we want, right? So I'm going to take that. I'm also going to take the second level in livestock as well, again increasing mutation, and this is going to increase us in rural regions, which would be pretty good. And again, upping our infection rate, not increasing the severity or the lethality at this point. Right, so we'll take that. Now that is probably as far as I'm going to go in terms of transmission. I may go for the second airborne one. I might go for water. I don't know. We'll kind of see. Because you've got to be careful how you spend your points. Because you reach a point where when they start working on the cure, you need to spend all of your points on slowing them down and killing people. All right. Oh, see, and we got another mutation. Awesome. We got nausea. So let's go and have a look at nausea. Now, nausea increases transmission, but doesn't increase lethality. This is nausea up here. And yeah, irritated stomach lining leads to discomfort. Slight chance of infection when kissing. So it's increased our infection a little bit, but hasn't really increased our severity, and no lethality yet. This is good because we want to try avoiding getting on the woods. Oh, we have spread. We're spreading very. See what do we do about the whack-a-mole? We're spreading very, very nicely. We've just spread across Central Asia. More infectious than the common cold. We've infected more people in the world than the common cold. It is the ultimate infectious disease. Next we're going to have sharks with lasers on their foreheads. Right. Yeah, so we're doing really well, but we need to get spreading over. Now, we have started to infect Western Europe, which is blooming awesome. Oh, and we're getting it with that. Is that Iceland? Is that Iceland? I think that's Iceland. That we just infected. I could click on it and it can tell us. Is that Iceland? Yes, it's Iceland. Oh, look at this. We're spreading like wildfire now, guys. Let's have a look. Oh, look, we're up to 40% of the world. We've infected 2.9 billion people. See how fast it goes? And that's with me yakking on for hours. So, yeah, if you hadn't got me... Oh, pulmonary fibrosis. Let's go check this out, because I think this one has got some lethality. You can see we've got 73 points to spend. Pulmonary fibrosis is... Oh, that's total organ failure. This is... Here we go. Pulmonary fibrosis. Scarring of the lungs causes shortness of breath and extreme coughing. Can be fatal when combined with intense exercise. And you can see now we've got our first bit of lethality of our disease. Oh, hell yeah, mama. Right, now, this is total organ failure. Catastrophic cell death of multiple tissue types causes body-wide organ failure and rapid death. Right, we should take that, right? Not yet, because look, that would massively increase the lethality and the severity. And if I took that, the World Health Organization would immediately start working on a cure, right? So we're going to hold off on that. Right, what else do we want to do? Now, we could start going down this chain. Which will make the disease harder to research. But they haven't started research yet. So I'm not going to start these until we can actually start, until they've actually started researching a cure. We could go for this one. This is resistance to class 3 and 4 antibiotics, which increases the effectiveness in wealthy countries. Now, if we have a quick look at the world, right, where do we need to spread to, right? Well, we're in Western Europe, which is wealthy, and we're in the USA, right? Let's actually have a look at the stats for the USA, right? We've only infected like 3,000 people. Oh, we got the first death in China. Oh, the first death from Kill Death 127 has been confirmed in China. Is this just bad luck, or is this the beginning of something terrible? Let me let you in on a secret. It's the beginning of something terrible. Now we've had a death, the chances are that the WHO are going to jump on us fairly soon. Let's click on these and get the points. I'm going to kind of save my points up at this point until the World Health Organization puts us on the watch list. Oh, hang on. Oh, right. Several countries have now joined in. China, Korea, India, right? And they are starting to work on the research. When it was just India working on the research, it was going to take them like over 100 years. It's now going to take 12 years. When the whole world joins in, they'll do it in less than a year, right? It's like incredibly rapid. So what are we gonna do? Well, I think at this point, what do we go for? What do we go for? Let's just check our transmission rates. We're up to 47%. And our infection rate is pretty good. Yeah, we're not going to spend any more on transmission, I don't think, unless we get any specific warnings about them blocking specific things. Then I think we'll kind of let the transmission deal with itself, because we've infected like almost half the world now. The other half will get infected. So yeah, we're going to spend it on abilities and we're going to spend it on symptoms.